coach, so you kind of have an idea of who I am. So I'm Jennifer Amirati, and I live in Calgary, and I'm a 2-star Diamond Beachbody coach. A little bit about myself. I was bullied as a kid for being chubby, and I was always told by my teachers that I was never going to amount to anything because being bullied, I humor as my way to get over all those comments that people used to say to me. So they always kind of said that my life, that I treat it like a joke. So they always said, you're not going to amount to anything. You're basically nothing. So I went through life thinking that. In 2004, I was in a car accident, and I suffer from fibromyalgia and chronic pain syndrome. And I kind of gave up on life when that happened. I'm in pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I didn't think I could exercise or do anything because I was in so much pain. So I just kind of lived on the couch waiting to die. And I gave up. And then Beachbody came along, and I started doing T25, and it completely changed my life. And, that's what brought me to this point. I really love what I'm doing. I just really enjoy everything about Beachbody. So I'm excited to be here. So I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about kind of what went wrong in my business and how I changed certain parts of my business to grow and evolve to be better. So I kind of want to talk about basically finding a balance in your life and your mindset. I want to talk about creating systems. I want to talk about power hours, and I want to talk about savers. Is that me that's making that sound? Or if it's me with the echo. So I wanted this. So I went into this business with my head down. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm not even exaggerating about that. Like, I work Monday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. every single day. I kind of like left my family and just went into this business. And I kind of, if thinking about it, I was kind of obsessed with it. And I was so passionate about this business. And I thought, you know, I need to retire my husband, and I just want to be home with my daughter. And so I completely thought that what I was doing was right. I thought my family should be happy for me, and they shouldn't be mad that I don't spend any time with them. And so, so I just went in nonstop working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, but I knew that I needed to make a change because I had absolutely no direction, no plans in place. I really didn't know what I was doing other than I'm just going to invite people. And so I needed to learn how to be a little bit grounded, and I needed to find a balance between my family life and business. And so this business is about creating systems. And I realized when I worked, till 4 a.m. every day, my team would see that. And it kind of discouraged them because I really didn't have anything in place for them. They just thought, oh, I guess I have to work from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. every day. And so I kind of lost a few people because I wasn't creating a duplicatable system. So I think it's really, really important to create that system, to create the training, to set up a schedule for yourself. If you don't create a schedule, you are going to burn out. I did actually kind of have bitter towards this business at the beginning just because I worked so much and I just gave up on everything else in my life because I was just so focused on this business. And so it's so important for you to find that balance in your life. And, you know, my husband for a really long time thought that he was single again and that my daughter didn't have a mom anymore because I was never around. And so, so now I created a schedule where I work, Monday to Friday is business. And I spend, a few hours a day with Kyla and my husband. But then, I really focus on the business during the week because come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I really focus on my family. And we spend every waking moment together for the weekend because he's home from work as well. And I just find that it clears my mind. It helps keep me energized and gets me ready for Monday when I have that break from work. So it's so important to take that time for your family. Like I said, you just need to find a balance. You need to do power hours every single day. It will help your business so much. For power hours, it doesn't consist of scrolling Facebook. I know that so many of us scroll Facebook because I used to do it, and then I got what is known as the kill the newsfeed thing, and it completely changed my life. I think I found about 3 or 4 hours in my day that I didn't even realize that I had. And so if you don't have the kill the newsfeed, you definitely need to get one. Pretty awesome. So in your power hour, you need to invite your coach. You need to send messages to your challengers, checking in on them, letting them know how much you appreciate them. You need to check in on your challenge groups. You need to do personal development. You need to do training, check out YouTube videos, check out other coaches that are really successful. You want to see what they're up to, national wake-up calls, all that kind of stuff. You want to I like to do that in my power hour because I think it's the most important. I like to focus on the 4 vital behaviors in that hour. And I actually started doing live power hours for my team. This is where I have a set of tasks that I have over the course of an hour. I put everybody in a group, and every 5 to 10 minutes I'm posting a new task for them. And it gets them, keeps them accountable. It helps them because I really find that the biggest struggle people have in this business is they're so scared to invite and they're so scared to post because they're scared people are going to judge them. I know most of us feel that way. And so I love the live power hours because it doesn't even give you the opportunity to think about it and then talk yourself out of it. Because as soon as I post something, 5 minutes later, I'm posting something else. So they just have to go for it. And it's gotten a lot of people out of their comfort zone and their fears of inviting. I give them all the tools they need, including scripts to get them started, because I know that a lot of people get a little scared with wording and how to even strike up a conversation. So I provide all of that in my power hour with my team. And if any of you are interested, I would be happy to do one for you, just so you know how to do it. And then you can take all that kind of stuff and kind of create your own for your team. So let me know if you want me to do one. I definitely would be happy to do one for all of you. So with me, for my power hour, to keep my sanity, because my daughter is crazy and she's always there everywhere I go. I don't even think I can go to the bathroom by myself. So with me, I usually do my power hour when she's sleeping. So I usually get up at least an hour before she gets out of bed, or an hour after she falls asleep. I'll spend on my power hour because I just find that I don't get distracted easily when she's not in the room, and I just find that I have more of a successful power hour. You can still have a successful one if your kids are around. I just find that when you have that quiet time, you can just really focus for that hour on your business. So I always say sacrifice a little bit of sleep and just get that hour in, because it'll totally change your business. I also got a timer for my power hour. Like I said, I get really distracted, and also with fibromyalgia, I have what is called fibro fog. So I forget things really easily. And so if I get off course, I just kind of lose myself. So I kind of need something to be grounded. And so I got myself a timer. And so then I'll set it for 15 minutes, and I'll just focus on coaching invites and challenge invites. And then after that 15 minutes and the timer goes off, I set it for another 15 minutes. And I send out, personal messages to my challengers. I check in on challenge groups. And just kind of recognizing my team and all that kind of stuff. And then when the 15 minutes goes off, I set it for another 15 minutes, and I do training and personal development. Usually national wake-up calls are done on Monday. I get so sidetracked because for some reason my daughter seems to wake up every Monday morning, so I never get to really sit down and listen to the national wake-up call. But I actually like the fact that when it's on the replay, you can actually usually get the transcripts of the national wake-up call, so I can actually listen to it and read through the transcript so I can highlight stuff, because I'm a very visual person. So I usually do that within my power hour. So I try to do at least a couple, 2 to 3 national wake-up calls a week during my personal development time within that 15 minutes. So then once that 15 minutes goes off, I do follow-ups. And I obviously work more than an hour in a day, but this power hour is so crucial in your business because it really focuses on the 4 vital behaviors. And if you're doing those every single day, then all that other stuff is just, icing on the cake. I find that you need to focus. I always find when I start the month, I always focus on my business at the beginning of the month. So I work really hard on getting Success Club. And then towards the middle of the month, once I've hit Success Club, I focus the rest on my team. So then sometimes my power hour changes a little bit where I focus more on training my team. But for the first part, it's basically, follow-ups, coach invites, challenge invites, and just getting to know my clients and my challenge groups. So that's my importance on power hours. You need a tracking system. To me, this is like one of the most important things because I used to just go by like a notepad and messenger, and I thought, hey, this is working fine for me. But really, I was losing so many hours in the day because I was just, randomly messaging people. I wasn't really, I didn't really have a system in place for tracking. And so I would just randomly message people saying, hey, you should do this challenge, or I would write people's names down to follow up with them in a notebook. And then of course I lose the notebook. So then I'm frantically looking for the notebook for like the week. And so then these follow-ups aren't happening. So what I finally did was I kept hearing all the top coaches talk about tracking. So I'm like, okay, I need to do some tracking. I am still old school, so it was really hard for me, getting into like Asana or Evernote or any of that kind of stuff. Like I was pen and paper girl, but I created myself a spreadsheet. I went onto Facebook, and you can actually download your Facebook contacts. And so if you need to know how to do that, let me know, because I'll definitely give you the instructions on how to do that. But what I did was I just took all my Facebook friends, and I downloaded them into a spreadsheet. I alphabetized them. And now what I do is I start inviting from the A's, and then I'm working through the alphabet. So that's what I do with my tracking. And it's really proved to give me a lot more time in my day. And I like the fact that I can go to a name, then kind of go into my messenger and put their name in, and then I can actually see all of our messages where we talked before, and I can go back into talking about their goals from before and what program they were interested in the past. And if it goes on sale, I have all these people now that I can talk to because I have a list of 21-day fixers and all of that. So it's really kept me organized. So I really, really hope that you get a tracking system in place and not do crazy stuff like me where I just had it on Post-its all over my wall. So get yourself a tracking system for sure. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was one of my personal favorites. Like I said, when I first started in this business, I just kind of went with my head down and just hoped to God I made it. Like I just didn't even know like how to be organized or anything. Like I just knew what I wanted and I would just go for it. But I just didn't have anything in place to kind of keep me grounded because my mind is all over the place all the time. And so I needed something to like just kind of help me get organized basically in my mind more than anything. And so I, when I became a diamond coach, I actually met with Arnold, and our first meeting, he told me, he goes, man, you are all over the place. Like we need to like ground you. So he told me about Savers. I don't know if any of you have heard of it before, but it like completely changed my life. So I kind of just want to explain a little bit to you, because I think that if you haven't heard of it, it would be awesome to incorporate it in your life, because it's really done wonders for me. So it's called SAVERS. So what SAVERS stands for is, the S stands for silence meditation, the A stands for affirmations, the V stands for visualization, the E stands for exercise, the R stands for reading, and the S stands for scribbling or journaling. Now, to go into a little bit about each one of them, silence and meditation is so important. I just find, because I am such I'm always just out there, like my mind is always going, and Kyla's crazy and my life's crazy. Most people's life is crazy. And so you need that time where you can just unwind and completely clear your mind. Like I as soon as I wake up in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes, I am in a dark room by myself where it's complete silence, and I can just focus on my breathing and just clear my mind so I can just really start the day off right. So I think it's really, really important to do that every single day. I just find when you clear your mind, your day is just so much better. Affirmations. Affirmations refers primarily to the practice of positive thinking and self-empowerment, fostering a belief that a positive mental attitude supported by affirmations will achieve success in anything. More specifically, an affirmations is a carefully formatted statement that should be repeated to oneself and written down frequently. For an affirmation to be effective, it must be present tense, positive, personal, and specific. I think these are really, really important because I really think that helps with your confidence every day. If you're writing positive things every single day about your life, about your business, about you, I really think that it will set you up for success because, let's face it, sometimes in life things can be negative, and there's people that will judge you in this business, and there's people that just don't get what we see, and so it can take its toll on us. And I just really think that affirmations are really important to just keep us in the game and feeling confident and knowing that what we are doing is incredible. A couple examples of affirmations would be, I am healthy and strong, I live life to the fullest, I allow all good things to come into my life and I enjoy them. My job, my business is an all-consuming love affair, and I attract whatever I need through it. So things like that, things like I'm thankful for life. Writing those every day, I'm telling you that you'll just feel amazing. Every single day, you'll just feel awesome. So I definitely recommend affirmations. Visualization is really important. It's basically creating, images that communicate a message. So things like a vision board, or writing down all your goals. You want to be specific. Thanks. I just find that you thinking about a goal and thinking about what you want, whether it's I want to go on a Success Club trip, or I want to retire my husband, or I want all the you want all these things, but just thinking them, it's really not going to happen. You really have to clearly define them and be very specific of your goals. If you want to rank advance, you need to write down what rank you want, and then you need to put who's going to who are these people that are going to help you rank advance, and then you need to focus on that, and you need to find all the goals that are going to get you to that. So that the rank advancement is the big goal, but then there's all these little goals that will help you reach it. And to write that stuff down and to have that vision board is going to make them so much. You're going to get to it that much faster because you see it every single day. And I just find that visualization is just so important in your business. Yes, you never want to use the word want in your affirmations, for sure. Exercise. It's a vital behavior. You need to realize that your body is your business, and people will follow you if you're doing it. So basically, you want to set an example. For me, I don't like exercise. I have a really hard time with it because I am in pain all the time. So exercise is really difficult for me, but I know that it makes me feel better in the long run. Before, I used to just lay on the couch and do nothing, and I lived on medication, and now I don't even live on medication anymore. The last time I took a pill was, I think, in 2010, I think it was, because we were trying to get pregnant, but I never went back. I went to exercise and nutrition as my way of handling that, because medication was awful for me. It completely changed the person I was. And I just, I love fitness because I can be me again. So people are going to follow you if you are doing the exercises, and it does help alleviate stress, and it makes you feel good whether you want to do it or not. Like it takes me forever. Like I don't even think I haven't done my exercise yet today, and it probably won't happen until like 11:30 at night, but I always make it happen, and then I feel awesome after I do it. So to me, exercise is one of the biggest things on my list every day, because it just makes me a better person. Reading is so important. We need to grow as people every single day. And if you want to be successful, you need to grow yourself to be able to be successful. So we talk about personal development all the time. It's such a key to your business. It helps lift up your confidence level. One of my biggest fears is public speaking. So I always look to books as my way of helping me with my confidence, and, realizing that I am a leader, and that I don't need to be scared of that role. And so personal development just helps you grow as a person. And I think it's just really important and should be done every single day. Scribbing is one of my favorites, because to me, it's kind of like a blog or a diary of your life. And I just love the fact that you can write things down and get it off your chest, because sometimes, we have those frustrations in our business, and, we didn't reach a goal that we wanted to reach. And instead of letting it fester inside of us, it's so important to just write it down, write everything about your day down. I just find that it really heals your mind and your soul. And if you hold things in, it's really hard to move past them. And so I always write them down, and then it gives me permission to feel it. So I have that little cry, and then I get over it, and then I move on. I always tell my team, I'm like, okay, go have that cry, and then we put those big girl panties on and we get back to work. That's what I always say to my team. But you're allowed to feel those things. You're allowed to have those moments. So writing them down really helps. And I'm not saying just write down the negative stuff. Write down all the positive stuff that's happening in your life too, because down the road, you're going to look back at it years from now, and you'll be able to see I've come this far. And it's such an amazing feeling. When I look at myself in 2014 to now, it's such a huge difference. And to be able to read that in my journal is something that's truly amazing. So if you haven't started scripting yet, you should definitely do it, because it really does help. I just find all of these things that I talked about tonight really crucial in your business. And I always say just trust in the process, because amazing things will happen if you just keep going and never give up, because you guys are all amazing, and continue to believe in yourself. And I hope you got a little bit out of what I had to talk about tonight.
Thank you so much. I would have never thought that you are scared of public speaking, because you did it effortlessly. That was very, very good. I got a ton of really good information from that. I know I am super scatterbrained, so this is definitely something I needed to hear. And I know that Melissa, clearly, if she didn't have confidence in you and who you are as a person, she wouldn't have asked you to be on the call tonight. So very good job. That was so much fun. And I'm sorry Melissa isn't here tonight. She had a little bit of trouble, for those of you who got on a little late. Her internet connection is a little unstable. She's in Mexico right now with her daughter, and I told her that maybe that's just a sign that you need to take the night off and be with your daughter. So I told her we'll go on without you. But does anybody have any questions for the things that Jennifer addressed tonight? Anything that you kind of want to elaborate on a little bit more? If you do have a question, just go ahead and drop it in the chat box. I'll go ahead and start because I do have a question for you. So this Savers, I love that. That's so awesome. Do you use that as kind of the outline of your power hour, or when do you implement this at a certain time of day, or just kind of keep it as a guideline of how you work?
Savers is kind of above and beyond my power hour. My power hour is really focused on the 4 vital behaviors. So obviously exercise and being the product of the product is a vital behavior. But I really just focus on, the reading aspect and exercise, I guess, falls into my power hour. But in regards to all the other stuff, I kind of add it in throughout the day, because I really do. I want to focus on my challenge groups and my coaching and all that kind of stuff. So I really like to focus that full hour on just complete business and kind of nothing personal, just all business for that hour. Because then after that, the time that I get to spend on my business for other things, at least I know I've got, that hour out of the way that I'm actually building my business, and then I can focus on other stuff in the day. And I like the fact of doing a power hour because, being a mom, our time is limited most times. And I just find that if you can get that done and out of the way, when Kyla's, jumping on me and wants to play, at least I know that I've done the important parts of my business in that day. So that's why I really focus on business for that hour.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Well, thank you. And the chat box was, blowing up and during your entire, your entire talk. And so I think everybody got really good content out of this. I know the affirmations and being organized is a big thing that everybody was kind of like, about. What testimony are you of what we do, as coaches, with saying how, you haven't been on medication for X amount of years, and that this is really something that has changed who you are in so many different aspects of your life. So it's really awesome to always hear someone's story and to be able to kind of get a peek into a successful coach's life. So thank you for sharing with us. And I'm sure, like I said, Melissa is super proud and she's waiting for me to stop recording so I can send it to her so she can listen. So if nobody has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and bless and release you all. Oh, there is a question. Hold on. What do your invites consist of? Personal messages? Is it a giant invitation? This is from Adrian.
I actually put the ball in their court most of the time when I'm talking to them. I introduce myself. I kind of tell them a little bit about myself, but I kind of keep it short, and then I put the ball in their court by asking them questions, getting their goals, and then just getting down to the nitty-gritty of really what they want to achieve. I find it better when getting them to talk to me instead of me just saying, hey, you should buy this, this challenge pack and stuff. I just find getting as much information as you possibly can will get those challengers in your challenge group. And if you guys want it, I can definitely do a power hour for you, like a live power hour, and kind of give you some scripts and stuff that you can focus on with your team as well. Especially for newbies, it really helps them kind of get out of their comfort zone. So if you're interested, let me know, and I can definitely do that for you guys.
Fabulous. I know that I will definitely hit you up on that offer. So let me see if there's any more questions. Let's see. So Renee says that she is scared to invite, just cold invites without building a relationship. Do you do cold invites, or do you work up to the invite?
Actually, like when I first started, I had really not much of a warm market. Like I have a lot of friends, but not a lot of friends that really wanted anything to do with anything that I was doing. So I sold a few challenge packs with my friends and some of my family, but most of my business was outside. I did a lot of Facebook advertising, and that's what got most of my network. And so it was basically cold inviting. But what I find that works is when you tell people your story. You don't go like crazy where it's like a novel, but just explaining, who you are and what made you come what made you decide Beachbody. I just find that, when people know that I have fibromyalgia and that, I was bullied as a kid and all the things that led me up to this point, kind of eases their mind a little bit to be able to tell you. And then I ask them what their goals are. So it makes it easier for them to tell you what their goals are when they kind of have an idea of who you are.
Perfect. Yeah. And I know if there's anything that, Melissa has taught us, it's that people relate to you and not a product. And so I think that that's a really good point in the fact that, sharing your story, not a book, but just kind of summarizing it in 3 to 5 sentences so that people know you're a real person. This is something that's affected your life and you genuinely want to share it with them because it's something that you love and you're passionate about. Yes. Any more questions? Heather wants to know, by Facebook advertising, do you mean just sharing or by actual advertisements?
I do pay for it. Yeah, I do.
Like a whole other ballpark to get into is Facebook advertising.
I can probably talk for hours on Facebook advertising.
It's a whole nother team call. But there is a way that you can do paid advertisements through a like page on Facebook. And then Adrian wants to know how to contact you if you want to do a live power hour. Maybe you can make a Facebook group and post the link in the team page. Maybe that's a really good way to just kind of get everybody herded into one place so that we don't have an idea
of what everybody wants to do, and then I can set up a time and stuff. I'll do it on the opposite of when I do it with my team, and I'll do one with you guys. And so, yeah, I'll post in your group and see how many of you want to do it, and then I'll set something up.
Well, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so Laurel said that you can make an event like within the team page and have people RSVP. So we'll figure it out. But is there any more questions before we end this? Everybody's shaking their head no. I can see on video. Okay, well, like I said, once again, thank you very much for being here. I am glad that everybody was patient. I know we started a little late, and I do apologize on behalf of Melissa. But she does a lot for us, and I think it's okay that we give her the night off, that she was kind of forced to have this night off. So she will be on the next team call. Thank you so much, and I'll go ahead and post the recording in the team page soon. Bye, TeamMADE.
Good night, guys.